Welcome back to my garden, and let's welcome fall. The fall season is upon us, and it's late September. So let's take a look around the garden and see what's still growing. And we're going to also do some harvesting of our fruits of our labor. These are the sweet peppers that's in this grow bag, and they are ready to be harvested. And of course, when I do harvest, I'll bring you all along to see all we harvest. And here in this next grow bag, we have the pumpkin spice jalapeno. Gotta be harvesting those as well. The ají mango and the sugar rush peach. Now I noticed that a lot of the sugar rush peach peppers have been getting the blossom end rot. This is the only pepper that I'm having that experience with. I don't know if it's because they're in the grow bag, but there are other peppers in the grow bag and I'm not experiencing that. Incredibly, the eggplant's still producing. There's one here, and I believe there's another little one over here somewhere. Oh, there it is. There's another little one right over there, still producing. So let's go through the peppers that are predominantly still green. These two plants in the front, this is the Ajvarski. This is supposed to turn into a red pepper in color, red in color. It's supposed to ripen into a red in color. I'm gonna go on the other side and see if we can get a better shot of the peppers. So from this side, we can see some of the Carmen peppers. They're starting to blush and ripen to the red color that they're supposed to be. So hopefully they'll, well, you know, we could always pick them and put them in the house on the counter to finish ripening. But yeah, this is the Carmen pepper. Here we have the big red bell. This is supposed to be a big red bell. Still green. Still green. The giant Marconi is back there. One of the pepper has broken off, so I'll have to figure it out. This, of course, is the Escamilla, one of the Escamilla peppers. And it's loaded down with peppers. Loaded down. Look at that. All still basically green. Now, this is the Lisa pepper. And it's finally started putting on a few peppers, but I don't think it's gonna have enough time for them to come to maturity. This was one of my favorite peppers from last year. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to enjoy the Lisa pepper this year. It's end of season and all of the peppers that's in the bags, they're looking kinda, the foliage is yellowing and all of that. So we're gonna harvest this. This is the Volunteer Ring of Fire cayenne pepper. As you can see, plenty that needs to be harvested. Here we have the Scotch bonnet peppers. Two plants in this bed. They have been super productive. Scotch bonnet. And then we have the red amber. There are 3 plants in here. As you can see, a number of them needs to be harvested. The fruits are ready to be harvested from the red ember. I also have a Fresno chili in here. Let me see. Here it is. This is the Fresno chili. Leaning over, needs to be harvested. There are a few that needs to be harvested. So the Scotch bonnet, the Fresno chili, and the red ember peppers needs to be harvested from. This is the Megatron jalapeno peppers. Super productive. I believe I have 4 plants in this bed, as well as the Craig's Grande, I believe. Is this what it is? No, not Craig's Grande. This is the Jalafuego, Cayenne, another bulky pepper, jalapeno type pepper, very bulky and super productive. We are going to be harvesting all of these within the next day or so. Super productive with the jalapeno peppers. This is my volunteer cherry tomato. I think it is the Valentine grape. I mean, there are so many in there. I mean, we can't keep up in picking these and utilizing them. It's so much. The buttercup squash. Here's the buttercup squash, needs to be harvested. That's one there. And then we have 2 more. That's up here. The buttercup squash. Gonna be harvesting these things shortly. Oh, look at that. Another buttercup squash. Just forming. That's not gonna come to maturity. And this is the Betterneck. Only 1 fruit produced from that plant. Here's a better view of the 2 buttercup squashes that are on the vine, and the other tiny one that's just up there. It's not going to have enough time to come to maturity. Let's take a look. Here is the red Sorbino pepper that's back here, along with some jalapenos, and they're turning red, the jalapenos, some of them. So I have lots of harvesting to do, and I'm gonna bring you all along to see the harvest once we get that going. These Fresno chili that were in here in this pot, they're finished, so it's time to remove the plants. This is the Swiss chard. Look at it, getting big. Still haven't harvested yet. This is some basil that I planted out in here, and I did sow some arugula in the section right here. This is the Escamillo pepper. This is the one that was in the pot over there, and I mowed it, put it here, and it is thriving. So as you can see, it's ripening to the yellow color that it's supposed to be. This is a massive pepper. Look at that. That's incredible. This is the kale that's in here. Needs to be harvested. Yep, needs to be harvested. Take a look at this spaghetti squash. I was concerned about a month ago that they would not come to maturity, but I've left them on the vine, and they are ripening. They're good, so I'm pleased about that. So those are the two that's on this side. I'll show the other two in a moment. Here are the other two spaghetti squash. Vine is completely dry, so I'm going to go ahead and harvest those. My other volunteer tomato. And these okra plants are finally doing something. Hopefully we can get a few okra before the frost comes. This okra plant is finally doing something, and I see that the zinnia has developed the powdery mildew. Time to cut them back. It's late season, so powdery mildew is expected. Still have a few tomatoes hanging on, but I've taken out most of the tomato plants already. Here are the containers with the collards, beets, and more collards. The Georgia collards was infested heavily with aphids. I took off all the leaves, well, most of the leaves that were infested, and crushed those aphids on the ground. I just rubbed them into the ground with my boots, and I sprayed it down with some, neem oil. Hopefully, we'll get a new crop of leaves that we can harvest and enjoy. Here's a zucchini plant. We have harvested one zucchini already, one that did not pollinate, and I see a couple more down there. I'm going to make sure I come out and hand pollinate them so that we get a couple more fruits. Powdery mildew has crept in. I'm going to trim up and spray it with the hydrogen peroxide solution. This is a little tower that I planted with the beans. Gotten a few beans off them. Still more beans that are coming in. So everything is going well in terms of this little tower. My herbs are not doing so great. Oh, that's the lemongrass. That's doing well. The mint, not so great. Looking yellowy and spotted. I might just cut it back and see what happens. This is the rosemary. Creeping thyme that needs to go in the ground. This is my regular thyme, not looking so great. This is the lemon verbena, looking a little bit yellowy. This is the stevia, and of course this is the lemon balm. Needs water, not looking so great. But I am going to do some watering. I'm going to try to do a little harvesting and bring you all along for that. Look at my nasturtiums and my marigold. Isn't that pretty? Here we are harvesting the Ring of Fire cayenne. Ring of Fire cayenne. We're going to dry these, dehydrate them to make cayenne powder. And imagine that we're harvesting this cayenne and I didn't even plant it this year. Grateful for volunteers. Now we're going to move on to harvest some of our jalapenos. And this is the jalapeno Megatron. Look at that. Yeah, look at this. Look at this jalapeno Megatron. Look at this. Look at the size of that. Look at that. Incredible. incredible. These peppers are super, super productive. I will always grow the jalapeno Megatron. Look at the size of this thing. Look at this. Look at that. It's, look at that. Amazing. Get in there and harvest those Scotch bonnets. I think we have one full bag already in the freezer, and we're working on a new bag. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. Nothing else is ready. Nothing else is ready on this Scotch bonnet. Oh, look at that. Something else is ready. Look at that. Let's get them out of here before the critters come and bore a hole in it and so we're harvesting the red amber peppers. So we harvested the escamillo, and of course we let it finish ripening inside. Those were the Fresno chilies. So we are harvesting the ají mango peppers. I still have to try it to see if it's really, really hot. This is the pumpkin spice jalapeno that we're harvesting. And I think we're probably going to do these in some cowboy candy or something. Looking at it, this pumpkin spice jalapeno is super, super productive. Look at that. It's my first time growing it. I think we can probably go ahead and harvest this one too. Yep, that one as well. I think we can go ahead and harvest that. You can just finish ripening on the counter. All right, we're going to harvest these sweet peppers.
This is
Basil. Smells good, doesn't it?
it's mixed in with the peppers.
Yeah.
Pepper's not supposed to smell like that.
So I planted some basil in here, and I completely forgot that I had it out here when we went and bought the other day. We didn't need to buy any.
No, and smell and look like it's much better.
Yeah,
Basil too than what you bought.
yeah.
So you get to the point where now you plant and not even remember what you have for harvest. I don't think I buy more.
Yeah. Let's show the camera. Yeah. Last year I had such a hard time with these peppers. They were killing me with blossom and rot. I think we yeah, awesome. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Ooh, this is the red Sarvino pepper. All right, I'm gonna harvest some more of the jalapeno and then I'll bring you back when we're finished everything. That's jalapeno and the jalapeno is ready. So here's everything we harvested today. We have a massive amount of jalapeno peppers. This is a combination of the regular jalapenos and the jalapeno Megatron, as well as the Alfredo. Look at the size of these things. This is incredible. This is either the jalapeno Megatron or the Alfredo. Then we have this red sweet pepper here, a few of those. And then we have the pumpkin spice jalapeno, a few Scotch bonnets, and the ají mango, the red sorvino, the red ember, and the ring of fire cayenne, as well as a few tomatoes, the eggplant, and the escamillo. This is the escamillo pepper. Look at that. This is the escamillo pepper. So this is a nice harvest. Really nice. Look at all of that. Oh, and these, the branch, this is a giant Marconi. The branches, a couple of branches broke. I did not realize until we came out here this evening to harvest. So we were able to salvage those few peppers from the broken branches. So this was not intended to be harvested today, but the branches broke, so we had to take it off.